If you stopped existing tomorrow, would anyone notice? For Elias Thorne, the answer was no. The government didn't just hide him. They scrubbed his name from every record, every memory, and every mirror. This is the truth behind the disappearance that was never meant to be solved. Part 1. The Deep Cover. In the federal justice system, the witness protection program is a ghost factory. It takes a person and scrubs their existence until only a shadow remains. But in 1994, for a man named Elias Thorne, the shadow was the first thing to go wrong. Elias was a high-level informant against a criminal syndicate in Chicago. But the U.S. Marshals didn't hide him in a crowded city. They sent him to Sector 7A, restricted zone in the Appalachian Mountains of West Virginia. His cabin was surrounded by 5 miles of federally owned dead space. No cell service, no neighbors, just the trees. The marshals gave him a manual titled Protocol 0. Rule number 1 was highlighted in red. If you see yourself standing outside your window, do not blink until it leaves. Part 2. The Found Journal. After Elias disappeared, investigators found a leather-bound journal hidden under the floorboards. The entries reveal a slow descent into a reality that was literally unraveling. Entry October 12th. The birds stopped singing today. Not just silent, they looked like cardboard cutouts in the trees. I threw a rock at one. It didn't fly away. It just flickered. Entry November 2nd. I looked in the mirror while shaving. My reflection stayed still while I turned my head. It whispered something. It said, "It's warmer on this side." By December, Elias's handwriting begins to change. It becomes perfectly symmetrical, written in a language that looks like English but is mirrored and impossible to read without a glass. He was no longer hiding from the mob. He was being hunted by the very space he occupied. Part 3. The Blackout Tape. The most disturbing evidence is audio file 404. It's the last 10 minutes of the tape recorder found in the cabin. On the tape, you can hear the sound of heavy boots walking on the wooden floor. But Elias is crying, saying, "Why are there 4 of me? Why are there 4? Then, a voice, Elias's own voice, but distorted like a scratched vinyl recorder spawns. "We are just the echoes you forgot to silence." Then comes the sound of glass shattering. Not a window, but something that sounds like the sky itself breaking. For 3 minutes, the tape records a frequency so high it caused the ears of the analyzing technicians to bleed. When the sound stops, the only thing left is the wind. Part 4. The Cover-Up. A week after the disappearance, the U.S. government didn't just close the case. They erased the cabin completely. They returned at night with flamethrowers and heavy equipment, burning the cabin to ashes, then leveling the ground and pouring a thick layer of concrete over the site. Trees that once surrounded it were cut down and removed, leaving no trace of the original clearing. Today, if you go to those coordinates in West Virginia, strange things happen. Your GPS will glitch uncontrollably, your watch may lose hours, and your phone might freeze when you try to take a picture. Local hunters and hikers report seeing a figure on the concrete pata. Man in a flannel shirt, standing perfectly still, but he doesn't have a face. Instead, there's a smooth gray surface where his features should be. Some say he moves subtly when you're not looking, almost as if he's aware you are watching. He is the man who was protected so thoroughly that, in the end, he ceased to exist in our dimension entirely. A secret so deeply buried that even the forest itself seems to remember and warn anyone. Who dares come near? Part 5. Outro. Elias Thorne was never found. No body, no footprints, no final trace of where he went. It was as if he simply vanished from reality itself. Search teams combed the forest for days. Helicopters circled above the trees, and investigators questioned everyone who had ever been near that place. But nothing was ever discovered. But some theorists believe the truth is far stranger. They think Elias is still there, somewhere in that forest, not walking among the trees like a normal man, but trapped in the static between television channels, or in the split second between you and your reflection. They say places like that don't just hold memories, they hold echoes. And sometimes those echoes try to reach back into our world. Elias Thorne was never found, but some theorists believe he is still in that forest, trapped in the static between television channels, or in the split second between you and your reflection. Sleep well tonight. And if you hear your own voice calling your name from the other room, don't answer. It might be looking for a way back in. I'm the Perceptor. Stay curious and stay terrified. And remember, if you hear something in the dark tonight, it might already know your name. Subscribe for more terrifying stories.